All right, YouTube, it is Mr. Mean coming at you this fine Tuesday afternoon, right at 4 o'clock. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you are healthy and happy and having a wonderful week. Today's video du jour is my top 5 non-OGL D&D based games, meaning non-D&D games. There's a lot of lists coming out right now. It's a popular thing to do. And I thought, well, as a YouTuber, I will jump on the shopping block or the bandwagon or whatever you call it, the juju train. I don't know. But these are my top 5 non D&D fantasy based games that I think you should be playing instead of D&D. It's no stranger to this channel that I am not a huge fan of Dungeons and Dragons. It's a fine game. I think it's a great gateway game to get people interested in role-playing games in the first place. It's easy. It's a household name. I just think the rules don't hold up, and I just don't like the mechanics. I think 3.5 was a better system. I think AD&D was better, and OSR, the old school, D&D first was even better. So, but there's nothing wrong with D&D. It's just not the game for me. So with that in mind, I wanted to give you my top 5 recommendations of what I think you should give a try to instead of playing D&D. WotC is not going to stop its stupidity, and or Hasbro will make it synonymous though. When I say WotC, I mean Hasbro and WotC is not going to stop their shenanigans until we show them with our dollar. This is a democracy and it's a world of commerce, and you vote with your dollars, as the old saying goes. And so I truly believe if we stop buying their products and we let WotC know that we're not going to stand for their shenanigans and to treat us like dirt, that they will stop, and we'll go from there. I'm going to leave politics and everything else out of it because that is not what this channel is about. But I do believe that what WotC is doing is criminal to the gaming community. And I think I've been gaming for uh, almost 40 years. And I think it's criminal what WotC is doing to the industry and how it's treating the people that have made this industry what it is. And while you build on the shoulders of giants, as the old saying goes, but even giants die. So here's hoping that WotC pulls its head out of his ass. I don't have much hope for it, but let's hope. And who knows, maybe 6th edition will be really good. I don't know. I haven't read the playtest document. I don't care until I have someone run it for me or WotC decides to send me a free copy. I ain't bothering looking at it. But in the meantime, if you are looking for a different game that is not D&D, then I've got my top 5 recommendations that I think you should give a check to. These are in no particular order, although I will say the first one is my favorite. That's only because my buddy made it, Jay Lasarde from Feral Games Inc. So the only one that's in any particular order that I will say is number 1. Everything from 2 to 5 you can put in any order you want is of your personal preference. But this one is my favorite, and it is the Black Iron. Hopefully, we're coming out with a new version, according to what I heard from Jay. That's going to be a D100 system. I think this system is fine, but Jay has a pretty solid hand on game design, and he feels that it would be better served in the D100 mechanics that he's working on. So I am super excited for it to see what it looks like when it's all said and done. But for right now, you can buy this on Drive-Thru RPG. Use the affiliate link down in the doobly-doo, and that will save That'll put a couple of pennies in Mr. Mean's bank, which does help support the channel. So I hope you guys will use that. Use the affiliate link. It doesn't cost you anything, and it adds a few pennies to my box. So appreciate everybody who uses it. If you do buy it and you read through it on Drive-Thru RPG, please go on Drive-Thru RPG, write a review, or at least put in the comments that, hey, Mr. Mean said to buy this. It really means a lot. It helps the channel. It helps Jay know that I'm supporting his channel or his products, and it helps Drive-Thru know that I'm pushing people towards Drive-Thru, and maybe they'll sponsor me. And right now I have an affiliate link. I'm not complaining. It's awesome, but it would be nice to have a sponsor. So the Black Iron, number one favorite non D&D or OGL based fantasy game. It's a grimdark setting. It's fantastic. I have a review of it. Go back in the archives, check it out. It's one of my favorites, if not my favorite fantasy game. All right, so the rest of these, again, like I said, no particular order. I believe all of them are available on Drive-Thru RPG. If I'm wrong, please let me know, especially if you try to use the affiliate link and it doesn't let you buy it or you can't find it. But you can save that affiliate link and you can use it on all your future purchases. Enough shilling away for the Mr. Mean. My next game is a phenomenal game. I've ran it. I have personal experiences GMing it, and I loved it. Simbaroom. It's got several books out now. It's by Yarninigan, but I think it's Free League now. They've officially changed their name to Free League Publishing. Fantastic game. What makes this game setting awesome is it is completely non-traditional fantasy. Elves are mean. They're not nice. Changelings are a playable race. Ogres are a playable race. Goblins are a playable race, and of course humans. It's a fantastic setting. It's very dark. It's not grim dark, but it is dark, and it's basically it turns the fantasy genre upside down. I think it's innovative rules. Uh, The GM doesn't roll dice. Everything is player facing. So if a bad guy tries to hit you, the player makes a defense roll. If the player tries to hit a bad guy, he makes an attack roll. Everything is player related as far as dice rolls go. So the GM focuses on telling the story, and all you have to know is to tell the players what the threat is and what number they need to beat, and they roll. And it's phenomenal. It's a very fast mechanic. Combat goes really fast, and it's a really great setting. And again, there is a 5e version of this. I recommend you don't buy that. Go with this version. I think it's a much better rule set, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised if you pick this up. It's a wonderful world setting, and all you need is this core box. You could buy the beginner box, which I think is an excellent place to start, but this is a great setting, and I would say dive in head first, and you're going to enjoy it. It's a really great setting. It's a lot of room for role playing, and I think you will enjoy it immensely. It's really good. I highly recommend it. Um, all right. So the third one on Mr. Mean's non D&D list is relatively new. I haven't got a chance to play it, but I've played its daddy game. And that's, I like the setting here. This is Blackbirds, and you can see it is a hefty tome. It comes with 3 ribbons. I mean, it's awesome. This retails for $75 if you buy this off the books. And I'm sure if you find it on Amazon, maybe Drive-Thru, you can get it a little cheaper. PDF obviously is going to be cheaper. This is by Black Triangle. It's by Andrews McNeil's Publishing. And he just has this really cool setting. It's a dark European medieval take where the players are the blackbirds. And as you can see, there's people of all races and creeds, and they are striving to basically ascend and become more than what they are. It is a great political game as far as I've read it. I haven't yet got to play this, but I have played Zweihander, and it's the same mechanics. Zweihander is basically a riff off of Warhammer. If you like Warhammer Fantasy, you're going to like Zweihander. But if you want a different take on that dark medieval setting, uh, and you're not into the Games Workshop setting, but you still like, those basic mechanics and you like that dark setting of a medieval fantasy, give Zweihander or Blackbirds a try. You can't go wrong. This is an absolute gorgeous book. And this is everything. You don't need anything else. You can buy this one book and you are done. You can play just from this book. So another one that I recommend, if nothing else, it is a beautiful coffee table book. It is well laid out, very well written from what I could tell. And I would really like to get this to the table one day and play it. I think it would be a fun game to play. So Blackbirds, another good one, another gem. I think you'll thoroughly enjoy it. The third game in this non OGL D&D setting is by Chris Pramis. It uses the Adventure Game Engine. It's the first game to use the Adventure Game Engine. And I think it's a unique take on a setting. and it's the Dragon Age setting by I think it was BioWare that put the game out. Was it BioWare? Yeah, BioWare and EA. Um, this, if you played the video games, you already know the world or you know some about it. This came out originally as three separate box sets, which was awesome. And I have two of the box sets. I just don't have the very. I think it's the very first one or the very last one. I don't remember. But was enamored with it. Love it, love it, love it. It's a great setting. It uses 3D6. I'm not a huge fan of D6 systems. I've said this many times on my channel. I like this system. I like the magic system in it. They also have Fantasy Age, which uses a riff off of this system. But a lot of the stuff in Fantasy Age is compatible with Dragon Age. You just got to maybe change it a little bit here and there. But as far as tuning it to this, it's painless. It's pretty much all the same information. It's a great game. It's set in a really good setting. There's a lot of literature. There's a lot of fiction out there. So it's a setting you can sink your teeth into and get behind. And you can, I mean, the video games are still readily available, play on all the next gen consoles or on your PC. So you can play a great game and, run your players through the adventures that you have in the game. So it's a lot of fun. It's a great set of mechanics and rules. The magic system, I think, is really solid. And you can't go wrong with this. So if you're definitely looking for an alternative fantasy game that doesn't use, the OGL or fifth edition, this is a great alternative. I think it doesn't get enough recognition, in my opinion. There's, I think, two or three books. There's The Faces of Theed, I think, which is like a book of NPCs. And there was another book to go to this. I don't remember what it is, but everything you need is in this one book. And I believe you can buy this off of Fantasy Flight. Ugh, there was a tongue flipper. You can buy this off of Green Ronin's site, or you can buy it, I believe, off of Drive Through, maybe even Amazon. Check. But yeah, another great one. And then last but not least is a new one for Mr. Mean anyway. And I want to give a shout out to Mr. Robert Schwab, because I reached out to him on Facebook because I couldn't find this. I didn't know where to buy it. Amazon didn't have it. Drive-through didn't have it. I couldn't even get a PDF. I couldn't even find a physical book. Noble Knight didn't have it. Barnes and Nobles didn't have it. I didn't, Miniature Market, Game Nerds, nobody had a copy. You can get it. They still have limited quantities. I just checked with Studio 2 Publishing. If you go to Studio 2 Publishing, that name might sound familiar. Those are the guys that do all the publishing distribution for Savage Worlds. Um, so yeah, if you're interested in this one, this is a unique mechanic. It is a D20 mechanic, but it's not OGL, and I believe, if I'm correct, there's not an OGL statement in here. I should have checked before I started the video. Yeah, there's no OGL in here. I was pretty sure it wasn't. So this is its own system that Mr. Schwab developed. It's fantastic. This is a dark setting as well, very similar to Warhammer, but a little bit different. Demons are the big thing of the day here. Pestilence and plague upon the land, but it's a very hard, dark fantasy setting. So far, what I've read of it, I really, really like. I do have a full review coming probably this weekend for this one, but it's non OGL. And it's a great setting. He's got some stuff on Drive Through RPG, I think, some supplements that you can pick up. You may be able to pick up the PDF on Drive Through. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but I know I couldn't get the hardback book and I wanted a physical copy. So I reached out to Robert, and he was kind enough to reply to me and let me know that Studio 2 Publishing has it. So thank you, Robert, so much. I know you're working on a new game, and I wish you all the luck. And hopefully you'll send this little YouTuber a PDF copy that I can review. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. But no, in all seriousness, I'm really enjoying the read on this. I'm enjoying it so much. I'm trying to see where my crap is here, because here it is. I went out and bought a little light so I can read in bed. That's how much I'm enjoying this book. I can't put it down. It's a really good read. I love character creation. It's a very simple process. You can be up and playing in minutes. So it's definitely a very good setting. And the mechanics seem solid. So there's Banes and Boons. I'll go into the review and the mechanics and everything in my review. But needless to say, this made the list. I have a plethora of games. There was a lot of other games that I wanted to add, but then the list would have been a top 10, and I didn't want to do 10. I think 5 is the sweet spot. Doesn't give you too many choices, but gives you enough. Books are expensive. I mean, hell, Blackbirds is going to run you $75 if you buy it at full retail. So yeah, I wanted to give you some options. So there you go. That's my top, or my 5 non OGL, non D&D based RPGs for fantasy that I think you would serve you well if you're looking to jump off of the WotC bandwagon and try other games that you think are better, or that you think you might enjoy. And let me rephrase it. I'm pretty sure out of one of those 5, you will find something that you enjoy. Go out, check out the PDFs. You can pick up most of them pretty inexpensive on Drive-Thru RPG, or the respective sites, and download a PDF for less than what obviously the hardback would cost you. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. It's a lot of good games. Um, I don't want to get. It's easy for me to go off on a tangent and bitch about WotC and Hasbro, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be a bigger man, and I'm just going to say thank everybody for watching. Forward this to a friend if you know they're on the fence and they're looking for something different. I'm also going to do my top 5 sci-fi games, or non. I should say sci-fi because that's kind of a hard niche to fill, and I'm sure I have more than 5 or non-fantasy games, but I'll say my top 5 non-fantasy, non-OGL D&D, non-D&D games for fantasy, or for sci-fi futuristic. That'll be coming hopefully next week. To everybody, thank you so much as always for watching. Like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Tell your friends. Feel free to repost the video on your Facebook or wherever. And MeWe, let your friends know. It's not an amazing channel. It's a talking head syndrome, but hopefully I impart a little knowledge and my thoughts and views on the hobby, and I hope that entertains you in some way. And I appreciate all the positivity and love that the community has given me so far. We are up to almost 1,800 subscribers, I believe. So that is awesome. Thank you all. Subscribing doesn't cost you any money. So if you're not already subscribed, I please urge you to hit that subscribe and the notification button. I try to post videos at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. I also have a Patreon, $5 a month, get you a special designator on Discord so everybody knows that you're a supporter, get you into a raffle that I do usually quarterly for free product and or goodies. Got some Mr.Mean stickers that I send out if you're a winner or if you're a new subscriber. It's $5 a month. It helps support the channel. It goes a long way. It's only $5 to you, but it's food on my table that helps support the channel. So I do appreciate it, and all that fun stuff. So with all of that out of the way, peace, love, and hair grease. I said it first. I don't know who that other guy is that says it, but my channel's been out longer, and I have said that from the very beginning. So I will say officially, peace and hair grease. And thank you all so much for watching. Spread the news, spread the love, take care of one another, be good to yourself, and more importantly, be nice. Thanks, everybody.